Hello and welcome, Scriptcase enthusiasts. Welcome back to another macro day right here on Scriptcase by Jamie. And today we are diving into the SC foot hide macro. Now this macro is a powerful tool for managing the display of application footers within your Scriptcase projects. Now that may be because you're aiming for a cleaner interface, or maybe you just need to adjust the layout dynamically. SC foot hide offers you the flexibility that you need. So let's explore how you can use this macro to customize the footer visibility across different application modules. So today we are looking at the SC_foot_hide macro, and of course I have fat fingers as per usual, and I need to adjust here the text for the macro, otherwise of course it will give an error if it's not spelled correctly. So always watch those fat fingers, because I know mine are pretty fat. Okay, so as I pointed out, this macro hides the footer of your application dynamically. It is pretty useful in creating streamlined interfaces, especially when we have scenarios where maybe the footer may distract from the main content, or it's not needed, or additional screen real estate is needed. That could be, for some of those small screens, maybe the footer is just too much. So it is pretty straightforward. And how do you use it? So let's dive in a bit deeper, shall we? So the SC foot hide macro can be used without any parameters, as you see it now, SC_foot_hide. And with that, you can hide footers globally across various application types with parameters, if you like, to specify maybe for the grid applications or the control footer, whatever you like. If you don't like the visibility of a footer within a specific application, then we can add the application into this macro and it will hide the footer within those applications. So as I mentioned, it is pretty straightforward. It has no parameters that you need to add, so they are optional. And the optional ones, well, they are grid. Okay, so in here now I can add a grid application in here, and that will then hide the footer within all of my grid applications. Or maybe I don't want it in the summary module, for instance, within the grid application. So when I have the grid application and then I create a group by, and then I want to view the summary of that group by data that I have created, well then maybe I will want to hide the footer only within the summary. And in that case, well then I just change here the grid to sum, as if that makes sense. Maybe you want to sum something, but that is what it is, sum for summary. Now you can hide the footer within multiple modules if you like, so I can add a comma here also, and then hide it also within the summary module, within the grid module, or whatever module I really like. It's just a case of adding the terms within the parameters. It is a pretty straightforward macro to use. Maybe you will use it within your application to tailor the visibility of footers within your project, and this macro can be applied globally or targeted maybe to specific parts of an application depending on your needs as the developer, of course, or maybe the project requirements. Those project requirements, you need to pay attention to those, and maybe it is required there. So in that case, you can hide the footer within those different scenarios, or maybe you want to hide it depending on an if-else statement. Maybe there's a session variable that you have applied, and in those cases, you then want to hide the footer. Just add an if session variable here and off you go. So using the SC foot hide macro is incredibly useful in user-driven applications, data-intensive displays, or maybe applications where a minimalistic design is preferred. It helps in optimizing the user experience by removing unnecessary elements and focusing on the core content of your application, which I think many people actually want. So that is pretty much all you need to know about the SC foot hide macro. As you can see, it can be an invaluable tool for customizing the appearance as well as the functionality of your Scriptcase applications. It allows you to deliver cleaner and for sure, more focused user interfaces. So if you found this tutorial helpful, you know what to do. And of course, leave me a comment if you have any questions, thoughts, or doubts regarding this macro or any other macro or any other video. That's what the comment section is for. Share your experiences, share your thoughts, and of course, always stay tuned for more tips and tricks and macros every Friday right here on Scriptcase by Jamie.